you ever wondered why some photos are not as bright and clear as others? Why some are grainier than others? How are the camera settings adjusted to produce a good picture? And what do the camera settings mean? This project, we will look into the different camera settings that affect the quality of photographs and the explanation of each scenario. Our experiment will focus on two major settings of the camera, the shutter speed and the ISO. Adjusting these two settings would change the exposure quality. This is a very important part of photography. As you can see, there are many types of cameras: your cell phones, the portable cameras, and the DSLR cameras. In this experiment, I will use a full-size camera with various settings of shutter speed and ISO, the Canon Rebel. This is the lens, which is in the front of the camera. This is on the top, which has other adjustments, and the button. This is the back, where it has the screen and the ISO. Overall, this is the camera. The objects to be photographed are an apple, a Rubik's Cube, a silver ship, and a multicolored Lego model. And they're going to be photographed in natural sunlight. The camera has a shutter which acts like a door. When it opens, it allows light to come in. The shutter speed tells how fast the shutter opens and closes. The faster the speed is, the less the light is allowed in. The pictures are dark. At a higher shutter speed, the shutter opens for a long period of time and more light is captured. On the Canon Rebel, the shutter speed varies from 1/4000 seconds to 30 seconds. For the experiment, I keep the ISO constant at 100. The shutter speed settings are 1/4000, 1 second, 5 seconds, 15 seconds, and 30 seconds. A series of pictures are taken. Shutter speed is adjusted by this knob. It goes on for 30 seconds, and if I turn it again, it'll be 25 seconds, and then 20 seconds. As expected, the lower the shutter speed, the darker the picture. At 1/4000, the picture looks very dark because no light was let in. At 1 second, the picture is bright enough so the objects can be seen. At 5 seconds, more light came in, but it's too bright, so only part of the objects were seen. At 15 seconds, barely any object is seen because there is too much light. At 30 seconds, none of the objects was shown because the shutter opened for a long time and too much light was let in. For the next set of pictures, I'll be adjusting the ISO. I will use the shutter speed of 1600 and adjusting the ISO from 100 to 1600. For the second set of pictures, I am working with ISO. The shutter speed is kept constant at 1/1600. ISO setting is adjusting for 100, 200, 400, 800, and 1600. ISO is the speed of the film, which also relates to the sensitivity of the film to light. The lower the film speed is, the less light is captured. The pictures are darker. At high ISO, the film speed is higher. More light is captured at high speed. The images are brighter. The lower the ISO, the darker the picture is, because less light is captured by the camera. At 100 ISO, the picture is very dark. None of the objects is seen. At 200 ISO, there is a little bit of light and parts of the object are shown. At 400 ISO, more light comes in. The objects are more visible. At 800 ISO, the objects are clearer because more light is in. At 1600 ISO, the picture is brighter as more light is captured. To take a good picture, you need a perfect shutter speed and perfect ISO. 1/1600th shutter speed was too fast, it didn't let any light in. A lower speed will be better for the light. I will set my shutter speed at 1/60th and I will adjust my ISO for the perfect. ISO was set at 100, 200, 400, 800, and 1600. Going through the series of pictures, I found that one taken at ISO 400 and 1/60th shutter speed with the best quality. This is the one with ISO 100, ISO 200, ISO 400, ISO 800, and ISO 1600. In conclusion, one of the most important factors for taking good pictures is to capture adequate light. To do that, the ISO needs to be at a certain number to capture more light. The shutter speed has to be more open for the camera to allow more light.